Hello everybody and welcome back to Soviet Strike. Kind of an interesting thing happened. I lost the audio track to this particular part, which is really annoying. So I've got to do kind of post commentary, but that's okay. Now, the biggest problem we have in this video is the huge ring of tanks and these little guys here. Yeah, for some reason my mic was giving me this really annoying echoing. I don't know why that was, but never mind. Aha! Look at this. We have found some crates of goodies. Now, we could have bribed a load of troops here, but I actually didn't do that because I forgot where all the crates were. I think we bribed a few guys. And we get to bribe them with some interesting items, yes. What do you think we're going to bribe them with? Bags of gold? Diamonds? Flat screen TVs? None of the above. No, we're going to bribe them with boxes of blue jeans. I guess that's the in thing now. You know, you have to have pretty low standards. There we go, blue jeans hoisted. Pretty low standards to switch sides. For a crate of blue jeans. That's pretty fantastic. But I guess we just don't have the budget for it. We can't pay anybody off. So let's go dump some blue jeans onto some poor, hard done by people. As you can see, we have a huge ring of T-80s all over the place. Oh god. Armor's dropped right down. That guy got really lucky actually. Unfortunately, we can't take the blue jeans to the original location, which was going to be the T-80s, because we're too badly damaged. So let's go give them to the mob down here. Pretty sure the mob would be interested in better things, but hey ho. Get some onto our side anyway. Now our armor's gone right down there. That's bad. I just love the way they get distracted by a crate of blue jeans. Luckily at this Borscht Burger there is 2 more people obviously fed up waiting for their burgers. Now we're gonna see more about Borscht Burgers later on. Right at the end of this video, in fact. So anyway, let's drop these guys off because we are backfiring this helicopter pretty bad. If I can just find out where the LZ is. Now, I played this mission so many times yesterday, trying to actually finish this game. I just had such a string of bad luck. Not sure why. Because this is actually a tough mission. There is a couple of points towards the end that are really unfair. In fact, I uploaded a Let's Fail yesterday, right at the very end of this mission. And it can take up to an hour, depending on how you play it, to actually finish this one. And to fall at the last hurdle like that, I was so angry. That's the way it goes with Strike. Punishing difficulty. Now, I don't remember Nuclear Strike actually being that bad. I remember one mission, perhaps, that was actually really, really tough. But apart from that, I don't think Nuclear Strike's actually as hard as this game. The biggest problem with this game, of course, is its extreme difficulty. Just down to the fact that it will just throw you instant fail missions all the time. But it's not too bad. Getting peppered from everywhere here. Absolutely hammered. And that seems to be a running theme in this mission. But there are so many civilians to pick up. Not many armor crates actually. I did oh god, look at this guy chipping away at us. That's alright, it's only a pickup. Now those pickups have 100 points of armour. That is pretty sturdy for a 4x4 family vehicle. But yes, I was experimenting with this level a little bit. just blowing up all the buildings and things. I didn't find many armor repairs, but there are loads and loads of civilians to pick up, so I guess that kind of works. But as long as you're careful, and it is mainly the T-80 tanks that are the problem, and you can see just how hard some of these guys are to actually see. Very easy to run into. Now they kind of circumvented that in Nuclear Strike. Underneath your Sidewinder indicator, you actually have a radar, which is handy. Also, they added a waypoint system, which is quite cool. So, in the top, where you see your compass in this game, in Nuclear Strike, there's actually an arrow on that pointing you to your next objective. Actually, I think you can select. Yeah, like if you select fuel, it'll point you to the closest.
We can't afford to lose you.
Like barrel of fuel, that kind of stuff. And yeah, we're deep in the red again already. You have to have your eye fixed on your armor gauge at all times. We've got 4 people on board, so it's not too bad. And near the factory district on this map, there is an awful lot of people to pick up. There's so many buildings that you can open. Now, when I was first playing this mission, this was like my second go. I didn't want to destroy too many buildings because I didn't know what was mission critical. And again, that's one thing that is really annoying when you open up a building and you get an instant fail for destroying that building and you didn't even know you weren't allowed to destroy it. But these are the strike games for you. Very, very what's the word? Oh, this is a building that's full of people. Yeah, this is a hostage building. Yep. So it's basically explaining to us that there are several buildings dotted around the area that have like hostages in. They're quite hard to find.
Best weapon you have is greed. Secure any local loot and deploy it as bait. Dropped outside prisons, it'll lure guards from their posts. It's the oldest hunting trick in the world.
Oh yes.
Worked in the Stone Age, works now.
You're not wrong, General. But we never really used that tactic much. Let's grab up these guys. These guys probably wear blue jeans. Look at them. They already got the blue suit on. We're back up to load 6. Good enough. Yeah, so you can only actually... It's not like in Desert Strike, for instance, whereas if you could drop a whole load of people off, a full tank of people, you could actually get all your armor back. This, you get 150 points of armor per person, I believe. Which isn't a lot if you think about it. It's only 750 points of armor, so you get half your armor back for a full load, which is crazy. Having said that, in Desert Strike you only had 600 points of armor total. You would be so boned in this game if that's all you had. And then of course in Jungle Strike and Nuclear Strike I think you had 1,000 armor, I believe. Now, Nuclear Strike's a more interesting game because you get a lot more vehicles. I think there's 15 vehicles in Nuclear Strike. You get some seriously cool hardware, including a Harrier jet at one point. Oh god, stumbled right into a nest here. Now, even though these pillboxes don't do a lot of damage, when you get caught in the crossfire like that, they can just literally strip the meat from your bones so quick. Mental. Going to rely heavily on this railgun to finish this. Railgun is so important. I mean, you technically you could do this. You don't actually have to destroy these T-80s. I don't think they ever like converge on the Kremlin or anything like that. But it does make things a lot easier because you have to keep going around the center of this map quite a lot. And having that row of T-80s going around the whole map potentially always chipping away at your health. Ugh, it's a nightmare. It certainly is worth taking them all out. There's always some sod letting off a few rounds at us. Luckily his AK is not going to scratch us too badly. Now I have destroyed. You can destroy most of these buildings. Like I said, in this playthrough, I was being very careful not to destroy too much. And I believe Nuclear Strike is definitely an easier game. Oh God, look at this guy! Absolutely hammers us.
Can't afford to lose you.
Jesus! Look at that. He's literally cut our armor in half. And he wasn't even shooting at us for that long. Those rocket artillery are so dangerous. And this doesn't look good either. We dropped down to 195. Gonna go jousting with the T-80. Oh shit, we won. Just trying to outrange him. It's kind of strange. It's a lot harder to outrange enemies in this game than it was in Soviet Strike. Than it was in Nuclear Strike or Jungle Strike or Urban Strike. In those games, I think the biggest difference is you had a bigger field of view. This game feels like it's a lot closer in on your helicopter. I guess that's due to the resolution. But it feels a lot more claustrophobic. You can't quite see as far as you could in the original games. So it's certainly a lot harder to sneak up on enemies. Now again, in Nuclear Strike, having the radar at the bottom of the screen is pretty handy at certain times. Now I know Nuclear Strike got criticised quite a lot for its story, but yeah.
The building is like a woman. It looks innocent, but it hides many surprises.
Okay, that's such a random thing to say. Now, is that Russian women or just women in general? Well, we'll leave that up to Vladimir to tell us later, I suppose. And we're out of fuel as well. Luckily, fuel's not a problem. We can just hoist up this bootlegged Russian stuff. It's all the same. And what I find interesting is, in the second, or the mission that we've just done, it does actually say that you can hoist up that radioactive waste and use that as fuel. But I have no idea how you do that. I might try and look that up actually at some point. I've seen a couple of playthroughs of this game now. There aren't actually many on YouTube. But I haven't seen anybody actually hoisting up nuclear waste. So whether that's something that they just said, I don't know. It's kind of interesting. Let's just take the last few of these guys out. This does make it easier. Not that these guys are really much of a threat. They're probably the weakest thing on this particular map, actually. They're pretty laughable. They only do 10 points of damage per shot, and they don't have a very high rate of fire. As you can see, you can just... I never understand what he says there. Such a thick Russian accent. Now this is a handy place, just up here. Hidden in this building. This is the airport. This has a railgun and an armor repair. Is it? No, it's a wingtip missile reload, which is bloody handy. Sidewinders are so handy in this particular mission. Nice. Damn near required for the last section anyway. Hey, hear that? That's the bears. We'll be seeing those guys later. Yeah, those bears are pretty important. As apparently the Russian zoo always some little sod hiding somewhere. I swear it's damn near impossible to kill everything in these games. There's always some little jerk off hiding. But we get most of them. Right.
I'm going into Yeltsin. Swat any flies that show up.
No problem. That line always cracks me up as well. Swat any flies. Surely we're the fly. We're the only thing flying. Should be squish any ants. Yes, yes. I should have been the writer for this game.
I've got Yeltsin. Cover us. We're heading for the limo.
Alrighty. Look at all these missiles coming. Whoa. Oh dear.
Just great. Our getaway car exploded. Wait, where's Yeltsin running to?
I think our boys got a way out, Andrea. Follow him. Yeltsin must have the keys to his personal recreational vehicle hidden near the bell tower. Commander,
you would have thought
they can
so.
make a run for it if you give them air cover. Check your mission data for more.
Fair enough. Now these guys do not need air cover. What I find funny about that is Andrea's moaning about the fact that the limo blew up. But if you actually watch when that limo blows up, the guy standing next to it, who I assume is the chauffeur, he actually bursts into a fireball and starts running around screaming. And it's like, nobody cared about him. But the fact that the limo died, that was the big news. Okay, cut her off there.
Fly escort for Yeltsin's vehicle. Clear the road ahead of him. If he's nailed, it's over.
Bad news, Commander. I just checked the files. Yeltsin hasn't driven a car in 30 years.
Well, this should be
Fortunately,
interesting.
that thing is well armored.
I've got Andrea on Riscom. She'll give you a passenger play-by-play. It's gonna be a bumpy ride.
I gotta say this for Andrea. I admire her courage.
Is it me, or is Andrea getting more credit than we are?
Give it the Russian president. We're in grave danger. He's planning to drive. We're being fired at. Cover us while we try and find a way.
You're not being fired at. We're the only thing around here. I love the way he just stacks it straight into the wall. Now, this 4x4 that he's in is nigh on invincible. This thing is tough. Oh yeah, you and me both, Andrea. Jesus, I'll have 4.
We need a hole in the gate. Save ammo. See if anybody loaded the Emperor cannon.
Yep, good thing somebody did. Boom. Yeah, I like that, the way she's moaning about a medal. This is our 4th tour that we're doing here.
Pulling up. Turn right. Fast. Give us cover.
Damn. Don't have to worry about armored
Armored
cars.
car dead ahead. Toast it before its friends show up.
Stop panicking. Everything's under control. God damn it.
We've got a little problem down here. I'd appreciate it if you'd service it.
Yep, servicing it.
I knew it.
Now this is the only dodgy part, when you've got to destroy enemies on the
We've got a
bridge.
touchdown between the bridges. Why don't you give him a little road service?
Yeah, if you accidentally destroy those bridges, I'm pretty sure that's game over right there. Luckily those tanks do go up in one shot, even if you have the chain
Got
gun.
another roadblock. Why don't you send in a wire-guided tow truck?
A wire-guided tow truck. Well, we don't actually have any wire-guided weapons on this helicopter, Andrea, but I like your enthusiasm.
No hands.
I like that.
I have a right of way.
Oh, Boris.
Save your ammo. Boris here is getting the feel of the road.
He certainly is. Yep, basically telling us here that we don't actually have to shoot any of these tanks.
Oh, where are turn
See how much armor he's got. Trust me,
First time I drive in 30 years. This is big time.
you do not have to worry about him.
Watch out.
It's just like running down his own civilians.
I don't believe it. Boris is stopping off for a Borst burger.
There we go. Luckily, unluckily, there's a queue. So these Borscht burgers, huh? Must be pretty good. Just like just parked up. Wow, there's some tanks coming for a burger as well.
Car not start.
Right. Nice job. There we go. Right. Okay, guys. Well, we're going to end the video here. I hope you've enjoyed this video. I know I have. Thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoy the rest of the LP. I believe there's only 2 videos left after this one, possibly 1 actually. But thanks for watching, guys. Till next time.